Candor. We're here doing another walkabout. It's gonna be a quick one, unfortunately, because let's just say I had a interesting weekend. I spent it mostly healing. I hate when I do that, but what can I do? I feel like a lot of times when I heal, it takes longer than that it should. Maybe I'm pushing myself too much. It's very likely I am. I got hurt over the weekend. I was on my scooter, and yes, folks, I got a scooter. Whether I'm gonna do another video with the scooter, probably not. Not at least not until I get my hand, because I got hurt. Hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for checking out my videos. And before you go any further, do me a favor, like and subscribe. All you guys out there, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you for checking out my videos. I sincerely wish all of you guys love and happiness. And if you guys are hurt or sick or whatever, a fast recovery. Because believe me, I've been on either side. I've been points where my body is betraying me. No, I'm not old. I'm only 36, which some of you kids, and I do say kids, see me as an old man, but I'm not. Just unfortunately, my body tends to rebel on me a lot. But, excuse me, if you heard the belch, I apologize. I had a lunch. So if you guys were checking out my videos earlier, I did have a thought process, guys. I heard a video. I heard a song. I heard a story. I apologize. And this story, long story short, it was about a mom having to deal with something very horrible, and I wish nobody in the world would have to deal with this. But unfortunately, people do, because some people are just complete and utter garbage. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's about a little girl coming into her house, very much different, very reserved, and apparently, according to the story, the little girl is most of the time she was very, outgoing, like most little girls are. And apparently they found out that a counselor in her school, yes folks, this is where it gets dark. Apparently the counselor was telling the little girl to sit on his lap, and I'm not going any further, because right there and then is when the teacher should have basically stood up and said, "Oh, hell no." The fact that happened, and there was an actual record of more than one student this happening, this should have been a fucking red flag. But guess what? People say, well, there's no evidence. Here's the problem. The fact that there's a record, the fact that there are people that have told you this and you did nothing the entire time, is because of you letting him deal with this bullshit. Those people only get away with it because people keep making excuses. People saying, well, there is no record. Guess what, guys? If there's one person, or at least one person, having issues, well, guess what? There is a record, guys. Put it in the records. Go to the police office and say, hey, I need to put this guy on record or on some kind of surveillance because something's up. I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm right, put this guy on record, because if this happens again, it won't be no wholesome story. It's going to be to the point where this little girl got hurt. This little girl basically, sweet ladies and gentlemen, there have been stories and horrifying stories where kids of all ages and genders, of course, the both, and they basically say, I don't want to live anymore, and they wind up hurting themselves, either swallowing pills, um, slitting their throats, slitting their wrists. Ladies and gentlemen, when will it get to the point where we as an adults will protect our children from these good for nothing pedophiles? Yes, folks, I'm going to put it out there. I hate these kind of people. When it comes to children, first of all, if they're not your children, even if they are, there is a reasonable, if you are a administrator, there is no reason, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to get that damn fucking close to a kid. There is no fucking reason. If you are their mother, if you are their mother, would you be okay with some random guy going up to your kid and, hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for checking out my videos. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. And I'm putting out this video. Lightning, how you doing, man? McQueen, how you doing? Well, anyway, I'm telling you guys out there, it's like there is no rhyme or reason why any reasonable adult should be getting that fucking close to a kid. There is no reasonable reason. It's like, what about if they're... First of all, a hug is pushing the limit, ladies and gentlemen. But if the hug is lingering way too fucking long, ladies and gentlemen, that is creepy. Mind you, there is exceptions at bare minimum time frame and or getting that close. But only, and I repeat myself, only if your family, exceedingly close friends, and even then, guys, be careful. Because, again, the worst offenders generally fall under these umbrellas. The worst offenders, sometimes they're not always strangers. Sometimes it's as bad as your uncle or even your own dad, guys. And I hate to say that. No, I'm talking about no, and here's the thing. Family, again, you have to be very, very careful on every front, because those kind of people are in every aspect of life. It could be your uncle. It could be your grandfather. It could be... Hell, it doesn't even have to be a man, ladies and gentlemen. There are case studies that there were women that do that to kids in general, because they apparently have no ability to satisfy themselves with other adults, so they have to go with children, which again is sickening. It makes me want to throw up what I just ate, and I love what I just ate. I ate pizza, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, guys, I am putting this out there, guys, as a PSA. Be very fucking careful on who you let your kids around, because holy shit, we do not need our society to be traumatized because we were negligent. Teach your kids that there are such a thing as stranger danger. If you don't know them, don't be around them. It's as simple as that. And even if you know them, tell your kids, hey, you gotta have some kind of safe word in case of emergencies. And train the kid to get out of there fast. Teach them 911. All the good responsible things, guys. Why would I tell you to do this? Because people are starting to forget to do it, guys. There are kids nowadays that they don't know their actual kids' numbers, their mothers and fathers' numbers. They don't know 911. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 fucking digits. 911. And why would you need to learn that number? Is because of fucking emergencies. And no, I don't want you guys calling them to say your refrigerator is running. None of that. Guys, you go in and teach these kids, and they will be safer for it. They wouldn't need you. They would know how to get the hell out of that situation in a heartbeat. They wouldn't need you. And that's the whole point of being a parent, guys. You train them to the point where they will not need you. Some parents will not enjoy that. But guess what, guys? That is what we do as humans, as adults. We teach our kids so we don't have to teach them anything more. We teach them that if you got to learn not to need us. You handle yourselves. I am not saying teach them this and then abandon them. No, no, I did not say that. All I'm saying is teach them what they need to know. That way they stay safe for all the other times that they need you. That way you don't have to go into school scared that some creepy motherfucker is going next to your kid while they're playing on the swings. Well, that way you can go to school and pick them up, and not notice that little Timmy or little Sally is, flinching every time you get near them. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is not anywhere near okay. But we got to the point in our society where we allowed this because of tenure, or we need evidence. Guys, the only evidence is the fact that my child, I'm going to be honest, guys, if your child is out there and they used to be the most energetic, talkative, loving little squirt in the world, and all of a sudden 2 days later they come back from school jittery, nervous, quiet, scared out of their mind. Hell, even to the point where you go near them and try to give them a kiss, they recoil. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a red flag. That's something's going down in that school or wherever. And ladies and gentlemen, people are too scared to say anything because of proof or whatever. Guess what? Proof is into the pudding. You show them that my child is being is used to be a good person, a good little kid, a good energetic little rugrat, and then all of a sudden they're quiet as a mouse. That is not okay. I've actually heard horrifying stories where there was a nurse, not necessarily kid diddling or anything, and thank the gods it wasn't, but it was just as bad, where they were prescribing, I don't remember what the medication was, but it was some kind of ADD medication where they noticed a kid, being very energetic and whatever, and they basically dosed that kid, and now sitting there like a fucking zombie. And then they found out later she'd been doing this to every other little kid that happened to have the same kind of symptoms, jittery, nervous, all of a sudden they look like a damn zombie. Yeah, I would demand that nurse's credentials. According to the story, they found out that same nurse, guess what, guys? That nurse didn't have any kind of credentials at all whatsoever. She had no right to have her job. And the only reason she wasn't fired in the first place was because she was a friend of the principal. Ladies and gentlemen, that is nowhere near okay, especially when she's been drugging up kids, guys. Don't allow this shit happen in your schools. Look up your educators, the administration. Make sure that they know what they're doing. They know everything that is supposed to be known. And if they try anything against your ability to teach your kid or take care of them, take them out of that school, guys, because they do not belong not only in that school, but the administrators do not need their credentials. They don't even need their freedom, for all I care. Because if somebody tries to pull that crap on my children, if I ever had any, those people would be arrested on the spot if I had the power. Because I am sick and tired of hearing stories about children being abused, and it became normalized. Yes, folks, it's a form of abuse to do things to a child that fit their criteria. Let the kids be kids, guys. Teach them what they need to learn, discipline, obedience, but also let them have fun. Let them be the hyperactive little gremlins they are, but within reason, of course. There's always a limit, you know. And some of you people out there, guys, are thinking, well, I don't know. I mean, little boy, little Sally, is a little hyperactive. Like, well, there's a reason for that. It's because they're not being stimulated. There's a reason why they're hyperactive at home. They're not being shown what they could put their energy into. If you put them into like sports, like baseball, kickball, soccer, whatever, those kids would come home tired, hungry, and they'll be out cold like a light, guys. And not only that, but they will be well bred. They will know how to be good. They will know how to share. They will know how to be part of a team. They would actually, if you teach them correctly, they would even teach future generations such lessons. We need that kind of lesson in life because we're not doing that anymore. We're just teaching the kids that if you don't act the way that we want you to act, then you're gonna get doped up, which is completely garbage. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, be safe, and remember, our children are our future. What kind of future are we setting if we're doing all these horrible, horrible things to them? We might as well be in Mad Max. All I'm saying. I'll see you guys in the next. Take care, be safe. This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn Candor, signing off.